I would say, this is what it is, and it's done.
One thing, can you, I don't want to use the word dumb down, and then you would have something to say, so when these people come and say, how many chickens can I have? And this is the ordinance on chickens, kind of, you know, I mean, you're allowed to 2 sheds, you know, just kind of make it, because I think it's a little bit of education. Last time, I don't know, people, whoever was here last night, I think they really didn't even know what they can and can't have. We didn't know what they hardly can and can't have. You know, where at least if you can tell them, this is what you can have, and if you want more than that, then you better come back and, you know, and figure out what you want more. Because it might help you guys to be able to, I mean, like you said, digging through that thing, you could ask me at the end of this thing, I couldn't even tell you how many chickens you can have. Just to try to keep it simple.
Well, like I said, I think the thing is, most people that have chickens, you're gonna all look at me. See, just like that. Okay, you got chickens, you got chickens. You see, and so these people, so he's behind you. So, you know, you can see who's out there. You know, they're not gonna go out there and overload their yards and have, you know, 200 chickens sitting inside the property. Most of these people got these out here for eggs and for meat. That's pretty much what it is. Unless we have somebody like we had that person commercially want to do it, well, to me, if you're gonna start butchering large amounts of chickens, that's commercial butcher. We don't allow that. But I think it'd be real difficult to sit down and say, you can have X number of chickens on your property. You know, if they get too many chickens and the neighbor, they get out, they're in the neighbor's yard, it's a complaint, it's a nuisance.
So
it's making too much noise.
For the sake of going forward, if we just recommend the town board to amend the ordinance to include the 200 square foot 2 accessory sheds, portable structures, maximum per parcel. Again, if you got 20 acres, there's exceptions to it, but you're not gonna get complaints if you have 6 sheds on 20 acres. So I don't know, we're not gonna chase down, we're not going looking for problems, the township's not, it's gonna be on a complaint-based thing. But if we have it in the ordinance, how many structures, temporary, or whatever you wanna call them, and forget the 120-foot chicken coop part of it, just go to the 200 for the ordinance as far as amending it, and then the property line setbacks be consistent with others building setbacks.
I got a question.
Is that appropriate for the planning commission?
I would be clear though on the ordinances to make sure that there's a statement that poultry is allowed. Because I don't know if it clearly just states poultry is allowed. Does it say that?
Somebody had a question?
Okay, yeah. Michael, sir.
Ben Jarvis. Thanks, guys. I appreciate everything that's happening here. The 2 versus 3 structures, I just wanted to kind of comment on. A concern that's running through my mind is someone that might, and you can maybe clarify, because I'm still trying to learn all the jargon. Someone that maybe doesn't have a detached garage, but has a chicken coop, a shed, or also a lawn shed kind of a thing, a garden shed. You know, I like the 3, you know, anything less than that I think would be a little risky. That's just my input, just from, you know, listening out here. So I just want to kind of throw that out there as the 3 aspect of it, I think would be kind of a minimum of things, but unless I'm misunderstanding what accessory versus temporary and all that stuff too. So again, I'm still trying to learn, so I just want to kind of mention that as a comment or suggestion. So.
Thank you. We're all learning on this thing. Temporary, portable.
Like I said, we still have more terminology out here tonight.
The three buildings, 3 small buildings under 200 square feet, I mean, if that's acceptable. You
I mean,
know,
I'd be good
on
with it.
2.5 acres as our current zoning is our minimum lot size, it's not a problem with 3 small buildings, as long as they're away from the property lines and stuff. Susan?
My question being then, are we gonna continue with the way the code reads now that, you know, 120 to the 200 is gonna require a zoning permit? Or a zoning review, zoning permit application?
I think we should take it from 200, maybe over 200. required, so we had to take a change,
Over 200 will require a building permit.
to down, take a change in the ordinance. That would be a proposed change.
Our current ordinance says between 120 and 200 requires a zoning review,
Yes.
so you feel that should be eliminated?
No, I'm just wondering if it's the intention for that to stay and carry through then with adding, up to 200 square feet and then specifying that that will need zoning review. Because that's currently how anything over 120 square feet, 120 to 200 requires a zoning review. 200 is the building permit. So I'm just wondering if that's gonna stay.
So you would like us to change it?
No, I'm asking if that's the intention.
No, no.
What you guys
no,
want to
no,
do.
We need to change it, if we take that 120 out as the size, we take it to 200, any up to 200 would not need a zoning.
So the answer to the question is yes, we need to change it.
And we have to change it, that would be another proposed change to the ordinance.
Is that gonna cause a problem as far as 200 square foot buildings without a zoning review? Could there be issues with that, or?
Absolutely.
Yes, the office are nodding. That's a problem.
Absolutely.
Okay, then that's,
Well, but then we're in the same problem, we're already allowing 2 of them. So,
well, we're allowing, but the zoning review, anything over 120 to 200 requires a zoning review currently. And if we eliminate the zoning review on 3 structures at 200 square feet, that leaves a lot of leeway for people to do things that may or may
but
not
if
be.
we,
And again, staff just nodding their head, they think there should be a zoning review if we have that many structures on a property. Is that what I'm getting out of this?
Yes.
Can someone explain though what the issue is with that? Because I'm not a zoning person, so.
It's especially on, small, the 5, the 10, the 2.5 acres may not be an issue, but even on some of those larger parcels, even I did a zoning review today for an accessory building, and this property has 3 buildings that, and once you do the impervious surface and the setbacks, the one is actually too close to the property line. So if we're gonna trust that residents are going to take a 200 square foot building and meet those setbacks, know their ordinary high water line of the lake if they're shoreland, because whether or not they're on a lake or not, if they're within 1,000 feet of a lake, again, 300 feet of a river, they have to meet those requirements. Is there floodway on their property? Flood zone, no structure in the floodway. So if we're gonna trust our residents to know all of those calculations and know exactly where their property lines are, allowing 3 200 square foot buildings and you start talking smaller lots and abutting property lines and setbacks, where's your well, where's your septic, where's your other structures, what's your impervious surface, I think that